kiwi. And off it goes. We're going to set the temperature here. Actually, we're going to go ahead and set that to 130. I'm guessing that's where 130 is. Not exactly very clear now, is it? So we're gonna let this run for about 6 to 9 hours, and I'll let you know exactly how long it runs for, but we're gonna give this a go, see how it is, how it smells, how it tastes, is it crispy, is it crunchy? We are going to find out. We'll be finishing this review tomorrow because it's already too late here. Hello and welcome to a brand new day. Thank you for joining me. It's your boy Shax, and we're gonna be reviewing the Aicok 5-layer food dehydrator. This is the model number K33-022, and we're going to be looking at how well it works. We're going to be looking at the pros, the cons, and the features of this device, and of course, a demonstration. I went ahead and I dehydrated a small variety of fruit and some mushrooms. So here's our end result. Now, if you're looking for consistent results, you're going to want to be using like a mandolin slicer to help you make sure everything looks even. And if you're doing other types of fruit or you want to do it more professionally, you can go ahead and core out your fruits and your vegetables. However, in mine, I didn't do that, so that's okay. Here's our mushrooms. We've got some trumpet mushroom here. I've got some kiwi. I've got some apple, banana, and of course some strawberries. So you can see it did turn out pretty well. It's nice and dry, and this is about after 8.5 hours, so not too bad. I did some pieces a little bit thicker and some pieces a little bit thinner to see where we were at. Of course, we dehydrated this around the 130-degree mark, as stated on here. You can see that little light pop on there, so it's still working well after we've dehydrated everything. So that's the good news. So the Aicok food dehydrator is actually a vertical flow dehydrator. So basically what that means is it takes in air from the bottom, it sucks it up, it hits the heating element, and it blows the hot air through these chambers, and most of the air will come out of the top. That is what a vertical food dehydrator does. Now the horizontal food dehydrators have a fan on the side, and it more consistently blows the air through the chamber. Either way, this is generally going to be cheaper with these ones, especially when you have plastic layers instead of metal mesh layers. Now, I did find one on eBay for $70, not bad. I will leave that down in the description below. It is a horizontal flow dehydrator. It's fairly cheap. It's only $60 on Amazon with free shipping. Obviously, you can hear it playing right now, so it's fairly quiet. It has BPA-free plastic, which is really good. It has a 2-year limited manufacturer warranty with the option to extend it, and it only uses 240 watts of electricity versus the 500 or 600 watts on many of the units, so lower wattage than many of the other dehydrators, which can be good if you're running this for many hours. It's also fairly compact in size compared to many other dehydrators. There are a few cons I do want to mention. They are non-metal trays. I mean, they are plastic, and some people aren't comfortable with that. There's no timer built in, which really sucks, in my opinion, but hey, if you're able to just eyeball it or put a timer on your phone and keep an eye on things, you should be okay. The user manual definitely needs improvement. I get it, it's a Chinese company, but some Chinese companies do better than others in their user manuals, so they need an improvement there. And I see a lot of farce reviews on Amazon, especially with bad English, so I'm guessing some of those may have been paid, I'm not really sure. And you also have to pre-clean the plastic. And I ran mine through the dishwasher. They recommended white vinegar or some other cleaning chemicals. So a lot of people might use this device and then end up with a really bad plastic flavor. So that's not good. And then on top of it, it's slightly less consistent in dehydration because it's a vertical instead of a horizontal flow, but I really didn't notice too much of a difference. You know, most of your fruits and veggies are going to take 8 to 12 hours. It's going to be 130 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And then if you're running things like mushrooms or some herbs through, it might only take you, 3 to 6 hours. So one of the things I found really funny was actually here on their website. It says serious gardeners. Like, what is this opposed to like half-ass gardeners? Like, we didn't really care, but we're gonna cut it. We're gonna do it anyway. hunting and fishing enthusiast. Maybe you're a kitchen enthusiast. Maybe you're a grocery hunter. You know, you go to the grocery store and you're not into hunting. You're just there to hunt down a good price, maybe. And the do-it-yourselfers. Well, isn't that the whole point of the Dehydrator, is to do it yourself? Okay. And long-haul hikers and campers. We're not in this for the short haul. Okay, we're not going down the block and coming back. You know, I might have been crippled before, but you know what? Now I definitely need this Dehydrator because now I can make it 3 blocks instead of 2 blocks. Or the U-hauls. What if you're on the long haul in a U-haul? So before I get to the verdict here, I would say if you're looking for maybe the next tier up, you're going to probably end up paying at least roughly $100 to get into those mesh trays and to go with the horizontal flow instead of the vertical flow. But for $60, it's a pretty decent buy, I would say. Everything seems to have turned out okay, and I haven't tasted it yet, but we're about to. So let's give it a shot. We're going to start off with our apple leather. There she is. Slightly brown because I didn't soak it in water or any of that good stuff. I can taste other flavors in there than apple. That's probably because I was drying multiple things together. And then of course my mushrooms are super dry because they don't need to be in there for 8.5 hours. Oh yeah, that turned out really well. So what's the verdict? Does it taste like plastic? Not really, but I was definitely expecting it to taste like plastic. If you did not wash this first and you ran food through this, you dehydrated it, it's definitely going to taste like plastic. Like, there's no way that... it was a pretty strong plastic smell before I washed it. So they did put that disclaimer more so on the Amazon page than they did in the user manual. It wasn't so clear. You had to dig around a little bit, and they were like, oh yeah, you should wash the plastic trays first before using it. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, for $60, you're getting yourself a 5-layer food dehydrator with a decent storage capacity. It's not using a lot of power. It has fairly consistent reviews on Amazon, despite one or two mentioning, well, I should say a few mentioning that the heater might break or the fan might go out, which I didn't have. But they did warn in the manual that it can damage the food dehydrator if you move it while it's operating. And I would kind of shook the device a little bit, and you can hear that the fan may be slightly loose, not much, but slightly loose, which I could see possibly causing some damage. So if you're going to run this, definitely don't move it. Just leave it alone. Let it do its thing. I could see someone wanting to move it while it's operating. Shut it off first. So my recommendation. The only real pet peeve I have about it is there's no timer. So if you guys make a future product, definitely get a timer on there, or have a timer you can set by it, or set one on your phone. But other than that, I'm really happy with it. I think the herbs and the mushrooms and the fruit dehydrated really well, and I'm happy with that. So it does exactly what it says it's supposed to. If anything at all changes, if the heating element breaks, if the fan breaks for any reason, I will definitely leave a comment down below to keep everyone updated. So thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like down below. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button. That's what I'm talking about, baby. We need your subscription. We're here to grow this channel together, and we need your help. Feel free to check out my new Instagram account and my new Patreon account. I also do health coaching, so feel free to check that out. I had my first Patreon, Paul, send out a donation, so really thank you very much, Paul, for helping out with that. Sent you out your chocolate bar. Hope you enjoy. Other than that, I hope you have a great day and stay healthy, my friends.